You're very welcome back to Weekend AM. I'm coming to you live this morning from Timeless, the Irish Antique Dealers Fair here in the RDS. Doors open in just a few minutes, but at the moment we're having a great time having a sneak peek behind the scenes. Now, one of the wonderful things about here is the variety of the furniture and exhibition stands, I suppose. You'd expect to see a lot of mahogany, but not so. Certainly in this circumstance here, we're here at the Vintage Hub. The proprietor of the Vintage Hub is a man, Cillian McNulty. He joins us this morning. Good morning to you, Cillian.
Morning.
Your furniture is so fresh and so modern, and yet it's not exactly defined as vintage. Or antique. What's the difference between the two of them?
Antique is meant to be 100 years old, anything that's over 100 years old, and vintage for us is anything that's post-war.
Okay, so you would be vintage then, I suppose.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, vintage, and because we sell a lot of American stuff, the Americans call it mid-century, so we go with mid-century.
Everything at the Vintage Hub is real. It's not a replica furniture here.
No,
so these are
all
real pieces.
all genuine. Yeah.
The colour of these pieces is magnificent, and the care taken with them. Where do you source all of your stuff from?
The sofa we're sitting on is from America. There's various pieces behind us over there that we bought in Scandinavia, Denmark, Sweden. There's a piece behind us, this brass piece was bought in America. And then various other pieces from the UK, France, Italy. We tend to source all over the place, but for the most part, we would source in the UK, America and Scandinavia, and then piecemeal elsewhere.
And I suppose that's where the minimalism comes in, and it's proved so popular in recent years. I mean, you have obviously the wonderfully good value flat pack IKEA, but it is minimalist. People love that, and they like incorporating maybe some antiques or something a bit more decorative into these pieces as well. So are you advising people, if they're going to purchase an item such as this wonderful couch, that they need to manage it, take care of it, and then you can put pops of other colour or from different years, different eras with it?
Oh yeah, like everything, you have to manage everything either which way, as in, you know, if you're going to treat it badly, it's not going to wear very well or anything like that. But in essence, this is, you're currently sitting on a sofa that was made in 1955, and it's sitting here and it looks perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
and
so
it really does. It is spotless. It's like it was made yesterday.
So most of the pieces are really well made. So when you go, like, let's say, take the IKEA thing as such. So in essence, these pieces were built to last in a time when people wanted that type of quality. So the quality is there. So in essence, you can come in, you can see these pieces, they're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. You can see the condition that they're in, and they're ready for another 30, 40, 50 years.
Well, speaking of craftsmanship, and I suppose a marriage between craftsmanship and kitsch, is this wonderful table. I love this table, but it's got a little bit of a secret compartment going on.
Yeah, this is it's a French bar table. So in essence, you can keep, they had this thing in the 70s whereby the whole idea seemed to be that your friends, everybody sat around in the house and you all drank cocktails. Wonderful idea. So your bottles, exactly. This was early days. So the thing is that you had your bottles and your glasses here. You made drinks and you sat around and you chatted.
I mean, I know it was of that era, but it is so clever in its design, because you have a perfectly usable coffee table.
Yeah.
Seamless, really. I mean, that's, you wouldn't really notice there was a compartment underneath unless you look closely. Yeah. And then you open it up and it's somewhere to store your drinks, and actually quite clever for people with children, because, you know, people don't like to store alcoholic beverages around the place, so keep them hidden in there. Absolutely.
And I love the way it floats above the base. I just think it gives it a really great line. It just looks really good, like in any property, you know, so it's a lovely piece altogether.
And in terms of pieces like this and price points, what would they start at, this coffee table?
This coffee table is 1,600. The sofa that we're sitting on was 9,995 euro. We sold this yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah.
So
but this sofa, like, if you think about it in the sofas that you've seen anywhere, you know, I personally just think it really stands out. The curve is just amazing. There's beautiful lines on it, like a kind of an American car, like a 1950s American car, the tail fins of them. It's just got everything. The quality is there in every way.
As well. Speaking of colour, this, would you call it jade green? It's a beautiful
No, well, I'm not. Colour. Well, I call it teal, so I'm not really, like, colours. I'm going to be wrong on colour, but I'm going with teal.
No, teal. Yeah, I would agree with you.
So we decided to go with it. So what we tend to do, you mentioned colour earlier. What we tend to try to do is, we feel that this type of furniture tends to pop with a kind of a poppier fabric. So we try to kind of use the chrome and contrast it with a poppier fabric that just, we feel, lifts it, makes it a little bit more fun. It's not very sedate. It's not, you know, it's definitely, okay, some people suggest that vintage furniture is your granny's furniture. This is definitely not your granny's furniture. Like, this is something that's really now cool,
Oh, absolutely.
nice
I
to
mean,
look at.
you could completely believe that was made yesterday.
But yet it's like 1972 or something
and
like
see,
that.
that's the thing. A lot of people love buying pieces like this that have a bit of history to them. Not everybody wants something that's shiny and new and just, created in the last year.
And this isn't shiny and new. Like, if you look at it, you can see it has age, it's lived. You have to accept that when you come into the vintage world. You cannot have box fresh. But what we try to do is we try to give it to you in beautiful condition where you can put it into your house and away you go again.
Gorgeous. Now you're wielding a weapon here, but it's not a weapon, Killian.
No,
what
this
on earth is that?
This is a wall sculpture. It's by a company called Curtis Gear or Artisan House. So it was two people together and they had a company called Artisan House, and basically they did these wonderful utensils. So they had a whisk and a cheese grater, and this is the can opener, and they're just oversized wall sculptures. So you hang it on your wall. But I think that this, for me, I love cooking. I'm big into cooking, and I love the thoughts of this in the kitchen. And we've got a giant whisk that's 4 foot tall. I think it'd look great in a restaurant or anything like that. It's just a bit of fun, and it's got a wine bottle opener.
And how much?
On the outside
That'd be a big bottle of wine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Find me that bottle and I'll buy this. How much are we talking about?
This one is €950. Now, this is a very collectible piece, and that's why. So when you go to the market to try to buy them, they are expensive, and so it reflects like in the price.
So would this have been commissioned by an individual for their own home, or would it have been potentially a hotel?
No, I don't know its origin because I bought it at auction. But essentially, they did a series of 5 utensils, and it was just a bit of fun. All of their things were a bit of fun. The two of them started off as jewelers, and then they got into lamps and pieces like this. So it's just fun. It's an adornment. It's frivolous.
And I can see that you're really enthusiastic about this era and about your job, and I understand why, because of the stories and I suppose great items that you can find.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we absolutely love it. Like we're yeah.
No doubt you're getting a great reaction. You will do throughout the weekend.
We love doing what we do, and it's not work.
Well, absolutely. If people are coming down to the Antiques Fair, definitely drop in and see Killian and the gang here at the Vintage Hub. Back to studio. We'll see you later on.